Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. I've been doing a bit of painting, but everything's been really busy at the moment with real life. I've been on holiday and the business is going full pelt at the moment, so not really had much time. But I've made a start on my Rugger Rugger army that some of you may have seen me um, unbox from my trip to Partisan. So I've made a start on that. But not as much as I'd like. Um, and I'm also going to have to, I think, do a second army for that so I can provide both sides. So that's going to be a project that's going to be a little bit long and drawn out, I guess. Um, in other news, I've managed to get hold of a ticket for Crackcon in October, Crack of Doom, which I'm really looking forward to. So I'm booked into a hotel and what have you. And I've said to the guys that I'd like to put on a game. Now, originally, what I wanted to do was try and get the Rugger Rugger on the table and take in the heart of Africa. However, like I say, that's not really going to happen, and I need to do something quick. So, with that in mind, I've ordered this. So, we'll do a quick unboxing. It just arrived the other day from Wayland Games. So, quickly unbox this. And hopefully, I'll be able to get this done in time. And also get some games under my belt as well, so I know what I'm talking about when I get there. And this is it. Slaine, Kiss My Axe. 2000 AD character in a game from Warlord Games. Used to read 2000 AD back in the day. And loved it, absolutely loved it. And Slaine was one of my favourite characters. One of the things that I've always wanted to do was actually play some skirmish games just involving Celts. And sort of really never got around to it. I've had a couple of sort of false starts, really never got around to it. And this came out earlier on this year. And I thought, great, this will be an opportunity to do it, because one of the things I wanted to do was explore Celtic mythology with it as well. However, when it first came out, I heard that it was the Warlord resin, which I have to say I'm not a fan of, and that put me off completely. However, having a look on the one of the forums that I lurk about on, one of the guys on there said that the miniatures that he'd got were very, very good, and were easy to clean up and stuff. So whether they've improved the formula for their resin or not, I don't know. And also some of the unboxings that I've actually seen on YouTube look quite positive. So with that in mind, I thought, sod it, I'll order it. So this is what I intend to put on at Crackcon. I'll just open it up here. Farty box. So inside we've got the dice that you use in the game. It's a game that uses symbols on dice rather than numbers, etc. Although there are a couple of D6 in there, as you can see. We have Warlord bases, which are always good. Quite like those. Larger base. We have some of the markers that are used in the game and the chips that go in the bag. So it uses a very similar system to Bolt Action, but with some tweaks to it, and it uses these chips The ones here that you can perhaps make out with the stars on are for the actual named characters, and what it allows is for that character, if it passes a test, to be able to put its chip back in the bag, and has the possibility of being drawn multiple times in a turn. But it's all dependent on a test to see whether that actually happens or not. But allows the named characters such as Slaine to be a lot more vigorous in the turn than perhaps would be the case. Cards. If you're familiar with Strontium Dog and Judge Dredd, they all use cards for various different things, and this is no exception. So, and then in here we have, this is the Weird Stone from the game. Packed by Rodica, so thank you, or Rodica, however you say that. And this is quite a big piece of resin. It's got loads of detail on it, bones, symbols cut into the rock, etc. There doesn't appear to be a great deal of mould line on it, apart from on the base, but that's to be expected, so that's good. We've got another bag in here with all the miniatures in now. That's not overly chuffed about that one, or being chucked into the same bag, but we'll see. So we'll just knock them out. And Rodica again, so thank you very much for that. So first off, we've got Slaine in his berserk state. And he's quite a big old figure, and as you can see, he's nearly, he's almost the same size as the Weird Stone. Not a lot of, well, actually, no, I can't see any mould lines on it at all. Bendy axe, which is to be expected, I suppose, with resins and stuff. So we'll just have to see if we can bend that back and heat him up a little bit and bend it back into position with some warm water. So that's not too much of a problem. Then we have one of the Droon Lords. The Droons, if you're not familiar with Slaine, are basically I suppose you could call them the evil force involved in it. So he's one of the Droon Lords. This is a Droon Druid who hangs out with the Weird Stone. Again, very little in the way of flash and stuff like that. So that's great. I'm really chuffed with that. Because again, like I said, a little bit nervous to start off with as to whether the actual figures would be any good. They've got loads of detail on them, but it's just how easy they're going to be to clean up. And these are Droon Warriors. Again, loads of detail. Even though there's obviously skulls on them, so it gives you a bit of a mythological feel to it. They've still got a very Celtic look to them, which is great. Then we have, I think, if I remember rightly, her name is Nest. And she was a companion of Slaine. Now, I haven't read all the Slaine stories. So I don't know whether at some point she became involved with the Slaine or whatever. So, but yeah, she was a character. I think he first met her when they escaped from the Wicker Man. If anybody remembers that from reading 2000 AD back in the 80s. And then we have Slaine, who is a two-part model with his axe. And that looks pretty good, actually. There doesn't seem to be any bends or anything like that. And again, no mould lines as such, which is absolutely fantastic. And there is his little dwarf companion, whose name escapes me at the moment. He was a main feature in a lot of the stories of Slaine, especially the early ones. And I think in this game, he acts as a sort of buff or a synergy with Slaine. So that's those. And then the actual whole game has been packed by Morella, so thank you again. Then we have, these are the getting started scenarios for Kiss My Axe. So great, I don't know whether you can see that. Fantastic artwork from the comic, top job. And inspiration for painting, etc. Then we have tokens that are used in the game, and Crom Cruach himself. I guess you could get some sort of standing worm model for him. So he actually appears at some point, which is quite scary. And finally, not finally, sorry, we've got the rule book, which I'll just sort of flip through if you can see. It's quite difficult to do here because I haven't got very much room. But good looking rule book, paperback. There's the Wicker Man that I was on about earlier. And the nice thing about Slaine is he started off as a black and white comic strip. So you could basically use your own imagination and how you want to paint him up, or you could use some of the colour comic strips as inspiration to paint them from like the Horned God or something like that, or I think it's the Britannia Chronicles. And then it comes with a little bit of scenery from Sarisa. It's basically a couple of huts and some wattle fencing. So that's just to add to the collection, but that'll appear on the table and whatnot. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. And looking forward to actually painting these because they look fantastic. And then getting some games in and deciding what sort of scenarios I'm going to present at the at Crackcon itself. So yeah, there you go. Cheers for watching, guys, and I'll be posting up some videos hopefully on my progress with this. Okay, hope your projects are all going well and that you're all staying safe and healthy and living your best lives. Okay, guys, see you soon. Bye.